Hello, this is Dawn Priolet, and in this video I want to address those of you who maybe have broken up with somebody, or maybe he broke up with you and you kind of want to get him back. And the ironic thing about wanting to get somebody back is that the more you are trying to hold on to somebody or trying to get them back, the more they're going to feel you energetically grabbing at them. And so what I want to do with you here in this video is get you to kind of loosen your grip. Let him go. You know the saying, if you want something, or no, that's not how the saying goes. The saying goes, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it's yours. And if it doesn't, it never was. And this is the most important thing to think about when you would like to get your guy back, because that is really the truth of the matter. Ironically, in order to get him back, you have got to let him go. And actually, that may be the very reason why he left in the first place, was because you were grabbing him with your energy. You were being too much of a giver in the relationship, which is a big turn off to men. Believe it or not, all the things that you think that you were doing to try to keep him because you thought that that was what you had to do for a relationship, those very things are the biggest turn off, and those are the things that drive him away from you. So if you really think that you want him back, or maybe if you're not sure, here's what I want to do. Let's say what I call a truth statement. So I want you to say this statement out loud if you can, and I want you to give a measurement from 0 to 10 how true this feels to you. So say out loud, I want him back. And I want you to measure from 0 to 10. How true does that sound? With 10 being, I really want this guy back. And 0 being, I don't want him at all. So when you have that measurement, here's the thing. When you're coming from a place of wanting someone or something, that means, by definition, that you don't have it. And so you're actually coming from a place of lack and scarcity, which is not a real good place to come from when you're trying to manifest anything, whether it's getting your guy back or trying to manifest a higher income. No matter what you're trying to manifest, if you're coming from a place of lack, a feeling of lack, you're not likely going to be able to do it. So here's the goal with this, if I can say that there is a goal, is that you want to get to a place where, as a high-value woman, a woman who really values herself, you want to be in a place where you have created such a great life for yourself that you are having a great time. You're dating, different men. You're flirting with different men. You're having a good time with your life. You have your own hobbies. You have your own interests. You just have you've created a great life for yourself. So you want to be in a place where, you know what, if he is going to be a part of my life, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. Because who knows, maybe there is somebody better out there. That's where you want to be. You want to be in a place where it kind of doesn't matter. Like, you never want to be fixated on one person and think that that person is the be-all or the end-all. You never want to feel like you need to have this person in order for you to be happy. Oh, and by the way, that's another thing that drives men away. Because men can sense it. A man can sense it when he knows that he's kind of the center of your universe. He can feel that pressure. It puts pressure on him when he is really the center of your universe. And, even though a part of him may kind of like it, part of him may find that very gratifying for his ego, it also puts a great deal of pressure on him. And it really lowers your value in his eyes. Because a woman who has high value, who values herself, is never going to put a man, any man, as the center of her universe. You are the center of your own universe. And that's the way it should always be. It doesn't mean that you can't care about somebody. It doesn't mean that you can't love somebody a lot. But you will never, ever put somebody above you. And you will never, ever make having him in your life the key to your happiness. It's no good for you and it's no good for him. So here's the thing I want to do. So now that you got this measurement, you said, I want him, and you got a measurement of how true that feels to you right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some EFT tapping so that we can bring that wanting feeling down. Because if you want something or somebody, that means you don't have it. Okay? And at the same time, you can't stand up and sit down at the same time. When you're saying you want him, it means you don't have him. So, and there may also be some doubts about what if I actually get him back? I'm not sure that's going to work out real well either. Okay, so we're going to address that too in this tapping, but we're going to see if we can get that wanting feeling down, that not having feeling. So, starting on your karate chop point, just tap on the karate chop point. Even though I want him back. Even though there's a part of me that says, uh-oh, what if that's not really such a good thing if I get him back? What if I get hurt again if I get him back? Maybe a part of me is not so sure whether that's a good idea for me to actually get him back. But I love and accept and honor myself anyway, even though I really, really want this guy back. And part of me doesn't even know why. What if I have some other motive, some subconscious motive that I'm not aware of? What if I just want to get him back so that I can drop him? What if I'm just trying to get back at him? Even though I really want him back, even though there's a part of me that's not so sure that's a good idea, I can't help it. I still want him back. And I choose to love and honor myself and my feelings. Even though I really want him back. I have gone through so much time of hurting, feeling abandoned, feeling hurt, feeling angry, all those things. And after all of this, I still want him back. God help me. I'm not really so sure that's a good idea, but I still want him back. I can't help it. And I choose to love and honor and accept myself, even though I still want this guy back. And I'm not sure if it's the right thing. I'm not sure if it's the best thing for me, but I want him anyway. Okay, and then tap through the points. I want this guy back. Even though a part of me realizes that that may not be the best thing for me. And there's a part of me that thinks, I may end up getting hurt again. But you know what? I'm there's always a chance I may get hurt again anyway. No matter who I choose to be with. I still want him back. Maybe there's a part of me that wants to have another chance. Another chance to correct all the things that I think I should have done differently. Maybe I just want a chance to do that. Maybe I think that things would turn out differently if I could have handled things differently. And maybe I'm right, or maybe not. I don't know. But I just know that I want him back. That's just how I feel right now. Right or wrong, good or bad, I don't know. But I want him back. I want him back. Okay, take a deep breath, if you haven't already. And I want you to now go ahead and say that truth statement that we started out with. Say out loud again, I want him back. And I want you to measure again and notice did it go down? Did the intensity go down? Or maybe it even went up. In that case, if it went up, then you maybe need to go back and redo the tapping that we just did until you can kind of get that to come down a little bit. So, if it's come down some, then let's do another round. Because we want to acknowledge that it has come down some. And let's see what other kinds of things have come up about this. So, again, on the karate chop point. Even though, okay, I feel a little bit more relaxed about it, maybe not quite so intense. But yeah, I still do want him back. Maybe I feel like if I don't get him back and I don't try again, maybe I feel like there's going to be a part of me that will always wonder what would have happened if we had tried again. So maybe I just need to get him back and see for myself what would have happened, what could happen. And you know, maybe I don't really feel like I would get hurt as much now because I've worked through a lot of stuff. I really have done my work on this, and I really have seen the error of my ways. I've seen the kinds of things that I really needed to do differently. The way that I communicated with him, the way I didn't communicate with him mostly. I see so many things about myself that I could change, that I could do differently. And my energy is different as well. And so if I am willing to do things differently and I know how to do things differently, who knows? Maybe we could have a whole different result this time. But even though I still want him, I still want him to come back to me. I still want to get back together with him and try it again. I love and accept myself, and I accept how I feel, for better, for worse. Even though I still want him back, even though it may not come out quite the way that I'm hoping, I choose to know that from a higher perspective, there really are no mistakes. I really can't make a mistake here. I just really need to make a choice. And I need to let go of thinking that there is a right or there is a wrong way to handle this. What if there is no right or wrong? What if it's just I'm making a choice? And what if it doesn't matter? When you look at the big picture, okay, so even if I do get back together with him again and it doesn't last for very long, and I still and we still end up parting ways, and it still doesn't work out, even though I try my best to change certain things, like my way of communicating with him, my way of being with him. Even if I try everything and it still doesn't work, does it have to be such a horrible thing? Can I not just have compassion for myself? Can I not just forgive him and forgive me? And just know that we did the best we could and move on. Why does this have to be such a big, huge question? Why does it have to be such a monumental decision? It's not like it's going to be the most horrendous thing in the world. If we try it and it doesn't work, well, then it doesn't work. Why does it have to be this horrendous thing that's, I'm going to be so horribly hurt by it? What if I don't have to be that hurt by it? What if he doesn't have to be that hurt by it? What if we both can just try this again? And if it doesn't work out, what if we could just be friends then and really know for sure that being friends is the right thing for us to do? I still want him back. There is this part of me that just has to know. There's this part of me that just really needs to know what could happen, whether or not it could actually work out. And even if it only worked out for another 6 months or another year, is that so terrible? Would that mean that it's wrong? Would that mean that it was a mistake? It wouldn't mean that if I chose not to look at it that way. What if I could choose to look at this as there are no mistakes, and whatever I choose to do or not do, or whatever happens or doesn't happen, it's really okay. And even if it never happens, let's say even if instead of wanting to get back together with me, he ends up meeting somebody else and decides to go with her instead. What if it could just be okay? What if I could just let go of wanting it to be one way or the other? What if I could just be at peace and be happy, regardless of what happens, whether I end up with him or not? That would be freedom. That's what I want to be, is just free. I want to be at peace about this. And take a deep breath. Okay. Let's go right back to the original truth statement, which is, I want him back. And measure. Just let a number come to you from 0 to 10. I want him back. How strong is that feeling now? How true does that statement feel to you now? So, maybe by now you're down to, hopefully you're down to at least a 2 or less. And if you need to, you can go back and tap through this again, because if you're not at a 0, you really want to figure out why you're not, you want to keep tapping on it and maybe figure out if there's some other aspect of this that you need to tap on separately that has something to do with why you can't let go of wanting him back. Because you really do want to get to a place of it's okay, really, either way. If we get back together, fine. If we don't, fine. Because, as I said earlier, any amount of you wanting, it's like an energy going out into the universe that he can feel. He feels you wanting him. He feels your energy pulling at him, grabbing at him. And that is not attractive. And that is not something that is coming from a woman of high value. Because a woman of high value, as I said before, your life is already so fun, so filled, that it doesn't matter to you. He can be in your life or not be in your life. Or, maybe he can just be in your life as a good friend. It doesn't have to be as a lover. And that really is truly having freedom. And that's where you want to get to. So, I will see you in the next video. Again, my name is Dawn Priolet of KickTheBadBoyHabit.com.